Real Madrid Club de Fútbol, commonly known as Real Madrid, or simply as Real outside Spain frontiers, is a professional football club based in Madrid, Spain. Founded in 1902 as Madrid Football Club, the team has traditionally worn a white home kit since inception. The word Real is Spanish for royal and was bestowed to the club by King Alfonso XIII in 1920 together with the royal crown in the emblem. The team has played its home matches in the 85,454 capacity Santiago Bernabéu Stadium in downtown Madrid since 1947. Unlike most European sporting entities, Real Madrid's members have owned and operated the club throughout its history. The club is the most valuable sports team in the world, worth €3.24 billion, and the world's highest-earning football club for 2014-15, with an annual revenue of €577 million. The club is one of the most widely supported teams in the world. Real Madrid is one of three founding members of the Primera Division that have never been relegated from the top division, along with Athletic Bilbao and Barcelona. The club holds many long-standing rivalries, most notably El Clásico with Barcelona and the El Derbi Madrileño with Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid established itself as a major force in both Spanish and European football during the 1950s, winning 5 consecutive European Cups and reaching the final 7 times. This success was replicated in the league, where the club won 5 times in the space of 7 years. This team, which consisted of players such as Alfredo Di Stefano, Ferenc Puskás, Francisco Gento, Raymond Kopa, and José Santamaría, is considered by some in the sport to be the greatest team of all time. In domestic football, the club has won a record 32 La Liga titles, 19 Copa del Rey, 9 Supercopa de España, a Copa Eva Duarte, and a Copa de la Liga. In international football, the club has won a record 11 European Cup, UEFA Champions League titles, a joint record 3 Intercontinental Cups, 2 UEFA Cups, 3 UEFA Super Cups and a FIFA Club World Cup. Real Madrid was recognized as the FIFA Club of the 20th Century on the 23rd of December 2000, and named Best European Club of the 20th Century by the IFFHS on the 11th of May 2010. The club received the FIFA Centennial Order of Merit in 2004. The club is ranked first in the latest IFFHS Club World Ranking, setting a new ranking points record. The club also leads the current UEFA Club Rankings. History. Early years. Real Madrid's origins go back to when football was introduced to Madrid by the academics and students of the Institución Libre de Enseñanza, which included several Cambridge and Oxford University graduates. They founded Football Club Sky in 1897, playing on Sunday mornings at Moncloa. It split into 2 clubs in 1900, New Football de Madrid and Madrid Football Club. On 6 March 1902, after a new board presided by Juan Padres had been elected, Madrid Football Club was officially founded. 3 years after its foundation, in 1905, Madrid FC won its first title after defeating Athletic Bilbao in the Spanish Cup final. The club became one of the founding sides of the Royal Spanish Football Federation on 4 January 1909, when club president Adolfo Melende signed the foundation agreement of the Spanish FA. After moving between grounds, the team moved to the Campo de O'Donnell in 1912. In 1920, the club's name was changed to Real Madrid after King Alfonso XIII granted the title of Real to the club. In 1929, the first Spanish football league was founded. Real Madrid led the first league season until the last match, a loss to Athletic Bilbao, meant they finished runners-up to Barcelona. Real Madrid won its first league title in the 1931-32 season. Real won the league again the following year, becoming the first team to have won the championship twice. On the 14th of April 1931, the arrival of the Second Spanish Republic caused the club to lose the title. Real and went back to being named Madrid Football Club. Football continued during the Second World War, and on the 13th of June 1943 Madrid beat Barcelona 11-1 in the second leg of a semi-final of the Copa del Generalísimo, the Copa del Rey having been renamed in honor of General Franco. It has been suggested that Barcelona players were intimidated by police, including by the Director of State Security, who allegedly told the team that some of them were only playing because of the regime's generosity in permitting them to remain in the country. The Barcelona chairman, Enrique Pinheiro, was assaulted by Madrid fans. However, none of these allegations have been proven, and FIFA and UEFA still consider the result as legitimate. According to Spanish journalist and writer Juan Carlos Pasamontes, Barcelona player Josep Vale denied that the Spanish security forces came before the match. Instead, at the end of the first half, Barcelona coach Juan José Nogués and all of his players were angry with the hard style of play Real Madrid was using and with the aggressiveness of the home crowd. When they refused to take the field, the superior chief of police of Madrid appeared, identified himself, and ordered the team to take the field. Santiago Bernabéu in European success. Santiago Bernabéu became president of Real Madrid in 1945. Under his presidency, the club, its stadium Santiago Bernabéu and its training facilities Ciudad Deportiva were rebuilt after the Spanish Civil War damages. Additionally, during the 1950s, former Real Madrid amateurs player Miguel Malbo founded Real Madrid's youth academy, or cantera, known today as La Fábrica. Beginning in 1953, he embarked upon a strategy of signing world-class players from abroad, the most prominent being Alfredo Di Stefano. In 1955, acting upon the idea proposed by the French sports journalist and editor of L'Equipe Gabriel Hanot, Bernabéu, Bedrignan and Gustave Siebes created an exhibition tournament of invited teams from around Europe that would eventually become what today is known as the UEFA Champions League. It was under Bernabéu's guidance that Real Madrid established itself as a major force in both Spanish and European football. The club won the European Cup 5 times in a row between 1956 and 1960, which included the 7-3 Hampden Park final against Eintracht Frankfurt in 1960. After these 5 consecutive successes, Real was permanently awarded the original cup and earning the right to wear the UEFA Badge of Honor. The club won the European Cup for a 6th time in 1966, defeating Partizan Belgrade 2-1 in the final with a team composed entirely of same nationality players, a first in the competition. This team became known as the Yeah. The name Yeah came from the Yeah chorus in the Beatles' song She Loves You, after 4 members of the team posed for marker and impersonated the Beatles. The Yeah generation was also European Cup runner-up in 1962 and 1964. In the 1970s, Real Madrid won 5 league championships and 3 Spanish Cups. The club played its first UEFA Cup Winners' Cup final in 1971 and lost to English side Chelsea 2-1. On the 2nd of July 1978, club president Santiago Bernabéu died while the World Cup was being played in Argentina. FIFA decreed 3 days of mourning to honor him during the tournament. The following year, the club organized the first edition of the Trofeo Santiago Bernabéu in the memory of its former president, Quinta Buta, and 7th European Cup. By the early 1980s, Real Madrid had lost its grasp on the Liga title until a new cohort of homegrown stars brought domestic success back to the club. Spanish sport journalist Julio César Iglesias gave to this generation the name La Quinta del Buta, which was derived from the nickname given to one of its members, Emilio Butragueño. The other 4 members were Manuel Sanchez, Martin Vázquez, Michel and Miguel Pardez. All 5 footballers were graduates of Real Madrid's youth academy, with La Quinta del Buta and notable players like goalkeeper Francisco Bayo, right-back Miguel Chendo and Mexican striker Hugo Sanchez. Real Madrid had one of the best teams in Spain and Europe during the second half of the 1980s, winning 2 UEFA Cups, 5 Spanish championships in a row, 1 Spanish Cup and 3 Spanish Super Cups. In the early 1990s, La Quinta del Buta split up after Martin Vázquez, Emilio Butragueño and Michel left the club. In 1996, President Lorenzo Sanz appointed Fabio Capello as coach. Although his tenure lasted only 1 season, Real Madrid was proclaimed league champion, and players like Roberto Carlos, Predrag Mijatovic, Davor Suker and Clarence Seedorf arrived at the club to strengthen a squad that already boasted the likes of Raúl, Fernando Hierro, Ivan Zamorano, and Fernando Redondo. As a result, Real Madrid finally ended its 32-year wait for its 7th European Cup. In 1998, under manager Jupp Heynckes, they defeated Juventus 1-0 in the final with a goal from Predrag Mijatovic. Los Galacticos. In July 2000, Florentino Perez was elected club president. He vowed in his campaign to erase the club's €270 million debt and modernize the club's facilities. However, the primary electoral promise that propelled Perez to victory was the signing of Luis Figo from arch rivals Barcelona. The following year, the club had its training ground rezoned and used the money to begin assembling the Galacticos team by signing a global star every summer, which included Zinedine Zidane, Ronaldo, Luis Figo, Roberto Carlos, Raúl, David Beckham and Fabio Cannavaro. It is debatable whether the gamble paid off, as despite winning the UEFA Champions League and an Intercontinental Cup in 2002, followed by La Liga in 2003, the club failed to win a major trophy for the next 3 seasons. The few days after the capturing of the 2003 Liga title were surrounded with controversy. The first controversial decision came when Perez sacked winning coach Vicente del Bosque. Over a dozen players left the club, including Madrid captain Fernando Hierro, while defensive midfielder Claude Makelele refused to take part in training in protest at being one of the lowest paid players at the club and subsequently moved to Chelsea. "That's a lot when the normal rule is never change a winning team," stated Zidane. Real Madrid, with newly appointed coach Carlos Queiroz, started the domestic league slowly, after a hard win over Real Betis. The 2005-06 season began with the promise of several new signings: Julio Baptista, Robinho and Sergio Ramos. However, Real Madrid suffered from some poor results, including a 0-3 loss at the hands of Barcelona at the Santiago Bernabéu in November 2005. Madrid's coach Wanderlei Luxemburgo was sacked the following month and his replacement was Juan Ramón López Caro. A brief return to form came to an abrupt halt after losing the first leg of the Copa del Rey quarter-final 6-1 to Real Zaragoza. Shortly after, Real Madrid were eliminated from the Champions League for a fourth successive year, this time at the hands of Arsenal. On the 27th of February 2006, Florentino Perez resigned. New president Ramón Calderón was elected as club president on the 2nd of July 2006 and subsequently appointed Fabio Capello as the new coach, and Predrag Mijatovic as the new sporting director. Real Madrid won the Liga title in 2007 for the first time in 4 years, but Capello was nonetheless sacked at the end of the campaign. On the 9th of June 2007, Real played against Zaragoza at La Romareda. Zaragoza led Real 2-1 near the end of the match, while Barcelona were also winning against Espanyol 2-1. A late Ruud van Nistelrooy equaliser, followed by a last-minute Raúl Tamudo goal, sprang Real Madrid's title hopes back into the favour. The title was won on the 17th of June, where Real faced Mallorca at the Bernabéu, while Barcelona and Sevilla, the other title challengers, faced Gimnàstic de Tarragona and Villarreal, respectively. At half-time, Real were 0-1 down, while Barcelona had surged ahead into a 0-3 lead in Tarragona. However, 3 goals in the last half-hour secured Madrid a 3-1 win and the first league title since 2003. The first goal came from José Antonio Reyes, who scored after a good work from Gonzalo Higuaín. An own goal followed by another goal from Reyes allowed Real to begin celebrating the title. Thousands of Real Madrid fans began going to Plaza de Cibeles to celebrate the title, second Perez term, and arrival of Cristiano Ronaldo. On the 1st of June 2009, Florentino Perez regained Real Madrid's presidency. Perez continued with the Galacticos policy pursued in his first term, buying Kaká from Milan for a record-breaking sum of £56 million, and then breaking the record again by purchasing Cristiano Ronaldo from Manchester United for £80 million. José Mourinho took over as manager in May 2010. In April 2011, a strange occurrence happened when, for the first time ever, 4 Clásicos were to be played in a span of just 18 days. The first fixture was for the Liga campaign on the 17th of April, the Copa del Rey final and the controversial 2-legged Champions League semi-final on the 27th of April and the 2nd of May to Barcelona. In the 2011-12 La Liga season, Real Madrid won La Liga for a record 32nd time in the league's history, also finishing the season with numerous club-level records set, including 100 points reached in a single season, a total of 121 goals scored, a goal difference of +8, 9 and 16 away wins, with 32 wins overall. In the same season, Cristiano Ronaldo became the fastest player to reach 100 goals scored in Spanish league history. In reaching 101 goals in 92 games, Ronaldo surpassed Real Madrid legend Ferenc Puskás, who scored 100 goals in 105 games. Ronaldo set a new club mark for individual goals scored in 1 year, and became the first player ever to score against all 19 opposition teams in a single season. Real Madrid began the 2012-13 season winning the Supercopa de España, defeating Barcelona on away goals, but finished as second in the league competition. A major transfer of the season was signing from Tottenham Hotspur of Luka Modric for a fee in the region of £33 million. In the Champions League, they were drawn in the group of death, alongside Borussia Dortmund, Manchester City and Ajax, finishing second with 3 points behind Dortmund. In the round of 16, they defeated Manchester United, Galatasaray in the quarter-finals, and reached the third straight semi-final finish in the Champions League when they were again stopped by Dortmund. After a disappointing extra-time loss to Atletico Madrid in the 2013 Copa del Rey final, Perez announced the departure of José Mourinho at the end of the season by mutual agreement. Ancelotti and Ledesma. On the 25th of June 2013, Carlo Ancelotti succeeded Mourinho to become the manager of Real Madrid on a 3-year deal. A day later, he was introduced at his first press conference for Madrid, where it was announced that both Zinedine Zidane and Paul Clement will be his assistants. On the 1st of September 2013, the long-awaited transfer from Tottenham of Gareth Bale was announced. The transfer of the Welshman was reportedly the new world record signing, with the transfer price approximated at €100 million. In Ancelotti's first season at the club, Real Madrid won the Copa del Rey, with Bale scoring the winner in the final against Barcelona. On the 24th of May, Real Madrid defeated city rivals Atletico Madrid in the 2014 Champions League final, winning the first European title since 2002, and becoming the first team to win 10 European Cups, Champions League titles, an achievement known as La Decima. After winning the 2014 Champions League, Real Madrid signed goalkeeper Keylor Navas, midfielder Toni Kroos and attacking midfielder James Rodriguez. The club won the 2014 UEFA Super Cup against Sevilla, with 2 goals by Cristiano Ronaldo, the club's 79th official trophy. During the last week of the 2014 summer transfer window, Real Madrid sold 2 players key in the previous season's successes, Xabi Alonso to Bayern Munich and Angel Di Maria to Manchester United, the latter for an English record fee of €75 million. This decision from the club was surrounded by controversy, however, with Cristiano Ronaldo stating, "If I was in charge, maybe I would have done things differently," while Carlo Ancelotti admitted, "We must start again from zero." After a slow start to the 2014-15 La Liga season, which included defeats to Atletico Madrid and Real Sociedad, Real Madrid went on a record-breaking winning streak, which included wins against Barcelona and Liverpool, surpassing the previous Spanish record of 18 successive wins set by Frank Rijkaard's Barca in the 2005-06 season. In December 2014, the club extended the winning streak to 22 games with a 2-0 win over San Lorenzo in the 2014 FIFA Club World Cup final, thus ending the calendar year with 4 trophies. The 22-game winning streak ended in their opening game of 2015 with a loss to Valencia, leaving the club 2 short of equaling the world record of 24 consecutive wins. The club failed to retain the Champions League, the Copa del Rey, and failed to land the league title, shortcomings that all preceded Ancelotti's sacking on the 25th of May 2015. Zidane arrival and La Undecima. On the 3rd of June 2015, Rafael Benitez was confirmed as the new Real Madrid manager, signing a 3-year contract. Real Madrid remained unbeaten in the Liga until a 3-2 loss at Sevilla in the 11th matchday. This was followed by a 0-4 home loss in the first Clásico of the season against Barcelona. Real played Cádiz in the Copa del Rey round of 32, winning away 1-3 in the first leg. However, they fielded an ineligible player in Denis Cheryshev as he was suspended for that match, resulting in the second leg being cancelled and Real being disqualified. Meanwhile, Real topped the UEFA Champions League group with 16 points. He was sacked on 4 January 2016, following allegations of unpopularity with supporters, displeasure with players and a failure to get good results against top sides. At the time of sacking, Real were third in La Liga, 4 points behind leaders Atletico Madrid and 2 points behind arch rivals Barcelona. On the 4th of January 2016, Benitez's departure was announced along with the promotion of Zinedine Zidane to his first head coaching role. Zidane previously worked as assistant to Benitez's predecessor Carlo Ancelotti and, since 2014, had occupied the helm of reserve team Real Madrid Castilla. Zidane's coaching debut for Madrid was marked by a 5-0 home victory over Deportivo in La Liga on 9 January 2016, with Gareth Bale scoring a hat-trick. On 28 May, Real Madrid won their 11th Champions League title, extending the record for most successes in the competition, with Cristiano Ronaldo scoring the decisive penalty in a shootout win over Atletico Madrid in the final. Crest and colors. Emblem. The first crest had a simple design consisting of a decorative interlacing of the three initials of the club, M.C.F. the Madrid Club de Fútbol, in dark blue on a white shirt. The first change in the crest occurred in 1908 when the letters adopted a more streamlined form and appeared inside a circle. The next change in the configuration of the crest did not occur until the presidency of Pedro Parages in 1920. At the time, King Alfonso XIII granted the club his royal patronage, which came in the form of the title Real Madrid, meaning royal. Thus, Alfonso's crown was added to the crest and the club styled itself Real Madrid Club de Fútbol. With the dissolution of the monarchy in 1931, all the royal symbols were eliminated. The crown was replaced by the dark mulberry band of the region of Castile. In 1941, 2 years after the end of the Civil War, the crest's Real Corona, or royal crown, was restored while the mulberry stripe of Castile was retained as well. In addition, the whole crest was made full color, with gold being the most prominent, and the club was again called Real Madrid Club de Fútbol. The most recent modification to the crest occurred in 2001 when the club wanted to better situate itself from the 21st century and further standardize its crest. One of the modifications made was changing the mulberry stripe to a more bluish shade. Home kit. Real Madrid's traditional home colors are all white, although before its foundation, in the club's first game against themselves, they adopted a blue and a red oblique stripe on the shirt to differentiate the two teams, but unlike today, black socks were worn. Lastly, the black socks will be replaced by dark blue ones. Real Madrid has maintained the white shirt for its home kit throughout the history of the club. There was, however, one season that the shirt and shorts were not both white. It was an initiative undertaken by Escobar and Quesada in 1925. The two were traveling through England when they noticed the kit worn by London-based team Corinthian FC, one of the most famous teams at the time, known for its elegance and sportsmanship. It was decided that Real Madrid would wear black shorts in an attempt to replicate the English team, but the initiative lasted just 1 year. After being eliminated from the Cup by Barcelona with a 1-5 defeat in Madrid and a 2-0 defeat in Catalonia, President Parages decided to return to an all-white kit, claiming that the other kit brought bad luck. By the early 1940s, the manager changed the kit again by adding buttons to the shirt and the club's crest on the left breast, which has remained ever since. On the 23rd of November 1947, in a game against Atletico Madrid at the Metropolitano Stadium, Real Madrid became the first Spanish team to wear numbered shirts. English club Leeds United permanently switched the blue shirt for a white one in the 1960s, to emulate the dominant Real Madrid of the era. Real's traditional away colours are all blue or all purple. Since the advent of the replica kit market, the club has also released various other one-colour designs, including red, green, orange and black. The club's kit is manufactured by Adidas, whose contract extends from 1998. Real Madrid's first shirt sponsor, Zanussi, agreed for the 1982-83, 1983-84 and 1984-85 seasons. Following that, the club was sponsored by Parma Latino Tizer before a long-term deal was signed with Tika in 1992. In 2001, Real Madrid ended the contract with Tika and for one season and used the Real Madrid.com logo to promote the club's website. Then, in 2002, a deal was signed with Siemens Mobile, and in 2006, the BenQ Siemens logo appeared on the club's shirt. Real Madrid's shirt sponsor from 2007 until 2013 was Win.com. Following the economic problems of BenQ Siemens, it is currently Fly Emirates, kit manufacturers and shirt sponsors. Source: